All right, everybody. So the World Cup layout was released today. So what I wanted to do was actually go through and give you my first impression. This is going to just basically be uncut. Everything that I'm seeing is literally just on paper. I haven't seen this in person yet. So some things that I might see might not actually work out on the field, but I wanted to give you my first impressions of the World Cup layout for 2016. All right, so probably the first thing you can see is that they have these cakes on either side of the W, so that's just so that nobody collides. So I don't know. I know some of you disagreed with me that we should get rid of the W or we should keep it or whatever, but uh, hopefully this means that either this type of a thing is going to be a usual occurrence at the W, so that there's no way that people can collide, or it's a showing that this is just a band-aid for right now until they actually get rid of the W for next season. I have heard rumors about it being taken away. We'll see. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start down the snake side and then we'll go down the Dorito side. So first on the snake side, something that I notice is that since it goes from a tall cake down to a smaller cake, it looks to me like you're going to be able to run straight into the snake. There are a couple shots that are blocked off. Let's see here. So if I put my pen down from the home bunker, yeah, you see like this tower gets in the way of the snake. So unless you're running and gunning, even out to here, even if you get out to this this tower, you're still not really going to be able to shoot this guy coming around, just because I think the paint's going to be dropping too high. So if he stayed on his belly, he could actually crawl all the way up. And it's going to be hard to run and gun and come across the bunker and shoot that accurately. Something that somebody might be able to do is come up to this tower and shoot down on them, but it's going to be a little bit tougher of a shot because it looks like this tall cake is going to block that shot, so that the guy coming around into the snake 2 is going to be able to get up in there. And because it's a mini W here, he might actually be able just to loop all the way around. So somebody in the snake could actually, looks like they could dive in, crawl into the snake 2, just bypass snake 1, and go straight up into either snake 2 or snake 3. Because this is a tall cake in the corner here, getting out to it, it looks like it's a little bit open here. Like I said, this is literally, I looked at it a little bit. This is the first time I've really taken a look at it. It doesn't really seem like you're going to be able to, well, I take that back. If you go out to this tower, you could probably shoot the runner if they were sprinting out over here. Now, if they delayed and shot here and then broke out to the corner, then that's a little bit different. But regardless, this guy might actually be useful now that I look at it, because you can see this line that they're all in line with each other. You could actually stop the guy in the snake coming around here, because it's not like this is inset where you wouldn't be able to see down the tape. So if you're a snake player, it looks like you should be able to dive straight in, but if somebody gets out here and is quicker than you, you might have to stop at that snake 2 and move up. The other side of that, though, is depending on inside shots here, because it looks like the snake 2, you do have some cross-field shots over onto the Dorito side. Let's see here. Looks like maybe Dorito 1, Dorito 2, and there might be some blind shots through the W here, through the little windows of the W. You might be able to shoot across. It might be too high though, because you are going to be on your knees or on your stomach. So shooting through that is going to be a little bit tough. Like I said, guys, this is all just first impression, so don't quote me on everything. This is just the way that I'll go through and look at a layout. But let's say that there's nobody on the inside over here that's looking at you. You could probably hop over and then crawl up into the snake 3. This was kind of similar to another layout that I had played where the snake 2, you could actually, it was either snake 1 to 2 bump or one of those, but if you hopped over and then you basically fell into the other bunker, it looks like you should be able to do the same thing here, where if somebody is shooting down tape, because you can kind of get up a little bit because this is a tall cake, so you can get on your feet. Of course, you have to be careful about the people crossfield, but this inside move, you should be able to hop over the beam and then crawl up real quick into the Snake 3, which does have a couple shots cross field. So it looks like this snake is actually going to be pretty useful. So the Dorito players, you can see here, I mean the Dorito 2 and 3, you can shoot. You could probably look in on the inside and maybe, yeah, killing that tower. If you come up in here, if this tower is trying to lock down the Dorito side, you can get to the Snake 2. That tower, that can might need to watch this way, or just be mindful of that, just because all he has to do is pop up real quick, and it's going to be harder to live on that side. If he plays a little bit more on this side of the can, actually, we'll get over to that. Sorry, this is just, like I said, it's going to be uncut, literally, except for, I guess, the cut from the intro and me turning off the air conditioner so that it's not making a whole lot of noise. So you can see how strange my brain is. Let's see, this the God Bunker, this W here, you could probably use it to get into the snake. I'm not sure how useful it's going to be. Maybe crossfield, but I feel like I have a feeling that these other bunkers in here are going to be better to stop that Dorito side than this little mini W. So if you keep getting shot off the break, and you might need to stop in here, and the good thing with the mini W is you can go over and kind of wrap, maybe get some blind shots over these pins is a possibility. Coming in further, like I said, with this tower, you could probably use that as a delay. You know, if you wanted to have more guns up, and then this guy delays out into the God or into the snake or into the snake corner, could be good just to change it up. And then this guy goes all the way in. But I mean, we'll see this weekend if some of these things are possible. This guy, it seems like his job, if you do have somebody here, is going to be stopping this snake, unless you have somebody in the corner, just because he can see these inside shots. But like I said, it looks to me, and again, I haven't gotten onto the field to see if there's any little gaps. This is all on paper, but it seems to me like this tower, even though he can shoot this way, I think it might be too high, that if the guy gets on his stomach, he can crawl up to the Snake 2, and then if he stays low again, he could even get up into the Snake 3 if there's nobody stopping him on this side. I guess if he looked over on the Dorito side, let's see if there's anything. He can stop the Snake 2 to 3 bump. I'm sorry, Dorito 2 to 3. And it looks like that pin is going to get in the way into the Dorito 4. So maybe this guy, if you were going to have somebody, if they did get into the snake, it might actually be better for this guy just to dive over into the W, because you can see he has a straight shot where they have to either shoot him out to get up into the Snake 3, or somebody has to come trade with him. It's just going to make his life a lot harder. So it looks like the W is going to be good on this side as well. The good thing with these cakes as well is nobody can really just come around real quick. They have to really commit around this way. So you might be able to catch that guy coming around to bunker somebody before he bunkers your buddy. But yeah, it looks actually, you might actually be better just to send somebody to that W and then just shoot. Let's see. Of course, this is a pen, so it's harder to see. It looks like he might be able to sneak a shot over into the Snake 2. So that's a possibility. It also doesn't really look like there's going to be bounce shots into that guy. These pins, I don't know. The only one that might be a possibility is maybe the home off that in. But if he's tucked over a little bit and just shooting the gap, or laying down and using the edge of this cake to shoot this gap, I think you should be safe from that. But that's a bounce shot that might be a possibility. So you guys can kind of see how I look for those as well, and hopefully that helps you out. Okay, so into the back center. I don't think that this is. To me, it seemed like it might be a little bit of a delay kind of a bunker. Like you shoot up over the top, you might be able to shoot this guy. Let's see. Yeah, you could shoot the snake corner runner if there's somebody going that way. You could drop over shots over here to maybe shoot the guy going into the snake, but you have to shoot up over the top of... looks actually like you might be able to shoot over the edge and then shoot over the top of the pins, and it'll drop probably back over here. So if the guy is running to the snake and he goes around this way and then goes in, he might be able to get in fine, but it looks like this home player should be able to shoot the snake guy, depending on how he runs into the snake. So it doesn't seem to me like this home bunker is going to be one that I would stay there for a long time. Whereas last event, I played there and literally you stay there the whole game. It's just like a turret, so you can shut down a side of the field and that's it. And then also going up, the last event, going up to the W was kind of pointless because they could come around and nobody could really stop them. Now with these cakes, it's a different story. So this home, I don't think I would have that guy stay there for too long. I think I would just have him delay, go up into the tower, or just run straight into... I mean, you have all these options that you can delay into after you shoot that lane. Going into the Dorito side, let's look at this can. So we remember already that the Snake 2 can shoot this guy in the back. So if you're playing this, you need to be heads up about that. So if you hear them get into the Snake 2, it might be good just to hop right into the W, which it's probably better to do that anyway, because I don't think that, although you can stop this Dorito 1 to 2 bump, because that guy can get into that Snake 2 so easy, you can do the same job from here at the W, and because these cakes are here, like I said, they have to really commit to come around, so... I think that might be a better move. Instead of, you might delay here for a second and then go up. So, I mean, maybe just to kind of trick them or whatever. Shoot a gap and then run up here. Because then you can, like I said, you can just basically lay down or play this corner over the top of the cake where it meets this the W and shoot that Dorito side and shut that down. Would it be good to double up the W? I don't know. I think it looks like it'd be good to do something like that because you can shut down either side of the field. Looks better on the Dorito side, although the Snake side, it's really good to stop that guy getting into here. So maybe you can have a play where you send 2 guys there, depending on the team that you're playing against and kind of what you've seen them do throughout the event when you've been scouting them. So again, guys, this is all the stuff that's on paper. Literally, I just printed this out. I just looked at it recently, but this is the first time that I'm really looking into it. So some of the things I'm saying and seeing might not really be possibilities. Something else I forgot to look at was maybe through... Okay, actually, this might be a shot from this guy to just delay back here, shoot through the window, and it looks like it might actually drop. Yeah, it looks like it might drop into this can here. So if somebody kind of delays out just to have paint in the air to shoot through this little window on the Dorito side, it looks like it might drop over there. And hopefully I'm looking at this correct. So it might be... Actually, he might have to sit more in the middle and shoot through there. And actually, there might be a shot. Let's see. No, that's coming over this way. Although, that could be something... That's a shot that I'm going to have to try tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, this weekend. Is maybe look and see if this tower can shoot through the W and see where the paint drops over here, because that might be a shot that you can sneak in on somebody. I don't know. That one's kind of iffy. And then over on this side, through there, yeah, maybe... maybe. I mean, it's always good to see where those windows where you can kind of stand and see where it lines up. I just have a pen, so I can't really see an exact lineup, but you'll be able to see that this weekend. Okay, and then coming out to this side, so let's see this can. So this can, it doesn't really, you can stop the, it looks like the, yeah, so these are in line with each other, this pin and the can. So it looks like you can line up a shot on the Dorito 1. You're going to have to worry about this tower, I'm sorry, this Aztec back here, because he could wrap on you and shoot you if you're not careful. And the thing with the cans is because they're straight down, if they wrap on those shots, and even if they shoot a little bit low, they might hit you in the leg or something if it's sticking out. So you just want to be mindful of that. Can anybody shoot you in the back? The Snake 2, it looks like it might be kind of like a thread the needle shot. Like maybe if they, actually maybe if they wrap here. Yeah, if they wrap that Snake 2, if there's nobody on their tape, they can wrap and shoot that can in the back is what it looks like. So for the most part, it's good to always play like there is a snake, just to play like there always is one in there. So let's see what else. All right, so usually these pins you're not really going to play, just because if you get stuck in here, there's nowhere that you can really dive into other than backtracking a little bit to this tower or trying to book it into the snake. So that could be tough. You know what could be fun, actually, is see if somebody can run up here and then dive over across. There's a big gap, it looks like, here, but if people's lanes are higher and they're shooting back here, then you'll be able to possibly do that. All right, let's see. Okay, so we have the can. So the can looks like it might be able to do some stuff here on the Dorito side to kind of stop them. I think that this corner might be able to do the same thing, and you can wrap the field. Let's see, you can stop the 2 to 3 bump, which means that you could shoot over this, and I don't think he can get out of the way. Yeah, if you wrap here, you can still stop. It looks like this, yeah, it looks like it should drop right about here. I don't know if there might be a shot in between these Doritos, in between, to shoot your mirror. So you would just want to be mindful of that, where you know, just keep your head on a swivel, that guy could come over and do that. Moving up on the Dorito side, let's see here if this Dorito is useful. Maybe shooting on the inside through over the top of the cake here. You might be able to shoot this guy, but that's only if he's sticking out a lot. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's a really useful shot. I might just use this as a delay bunker, just to dive in, to not try to go too far, because if you're diving into a mini Dorito, and you overslide, there's not a lot of room for error like there is over here. Just that little bit of difference. It's risky, you could do it, but yeah, I mean, it's risky. So, hold on, my cat has something. Okay, sorry, my cat stole some macro line from a gun. So that's going to be a cut in there, so I apologize for that. Okay, so let's jump back into it. So, like I said, this mini Dorito diving in there, it's going to be a little bit more tough, just because it looks like this home actually might be able to shoot for that overslide. But this can here is probably going to maybe stop you from shooting on the inside over into this Dorito 1. So you might just use this as a delay. Getting up into the mini Dorito, I think... Alright, so that's definitely a better shot on this guy in that tower. You can shoot straight ahead onto the can, which means that he can do the same thing back to you. And you might actually... It's going to be a risky shot, but I think you might be able to come up a little bit taller on the Dorito, like more where the point starts to come together, and shoot over the top of this cake and shoot this guy. So that's a possibility. Coming up into this Dorito is where it starts to get a lot better. So you can definitely kill that guy, maybe shoot the god. Looks like you should be able to maybe at least push this guy to the wire so that the snake can shoot him down the tape, or if the snake is shooting down tape, you might push him into your gun so that way you can shoot him here, and you're shooting on the inside. It's not like you have to wrap to get that shot, so you can still be tucked in and be okay. Which means that he could do the same thing back to you. It's a long shot, so you should be able to get out of the way of it, but if he catches you off guard and you forget that that shot is there, then that could be a problem for you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so the home, you can wrap a little bit. It looks like this guy can maybe drop paint down on you, down the wire. So I would be mindful of that if you are going to wrap, to get a quick shot on them. So let's see. Okay. Alright, so then getting into this Dorito, pretty much the 50, is where you're going to get a lot more kills. And obviously you can hop into their Dorito. It seems pretty easy because this guy is going to be able to see you a little bit, but if you really hug the outside of the Dorito here, you might be able to get over without him seeing you. You still want to be careful about anybody on the inside. You always want to check the inside whenever you're moving, just because if somebody's waiting for that move, then, you know, like the W, you know, like this guy might be somebody might not be able to see you, but if there's somebody waiting here and you try to go here to here, that's a big gap that you're going to get shot in. So even if he misses you here, he still has all this space to shoot you on the way over. It doesn't really seem like there's any bounce shots going into the Dorito. The only one that might be a possibility, I was thinking maybe shooting head on here and seeing if it bounces into the Dorito 1, but then the mirror of that pin might block that. So I'm not really too sure about that one. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of bounce shots on this field, which is kind of strange because usually they're there. So I guess when I get shot randomly and nobody even knows how that happens, then we'll figure out where those bounce shots are. Because sometimes it might happen on accident, and or you just try it in the middle of a game and then it works. I think it's going to be a pretty quick playing field. There's only a couple bunkers that can lock down, but then they can get shot. It seems pretty easy from either the other side of the field, or you might be able to put them in and go. It doesn't seem like it's going to be one of those lockdown fields where you have a couple guys all lined up and then they just cross up and dump 15 pods each into a lane. So hopefully it's a quicker layout, because those are definitely fun, because it's not exactly fun just to sit there and just not do anything and have like a 1-0 game or 2-1 game. But I hope that this helped you guys out. I know it was definitely longer than our usual one, so I appreciate you guys spending the time on this. Hopefully, like I said, it helps you out, that you're able to maybe get a little bit of a different idea, a different look at the field layout. And I will be doing some critiques again, like I had done before, but on this layout. So I'll be doing that this weekend. So be sure to stay tuned. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.